welcome to another episode of Prophecy Walkers. We're going to do something different today. We're going to interview Hazel. And the reason we're doing this is we're doing lots of videos on this solstice exposure and how the feminine are finding out difficult at the moment. I spoke about this in the previous video about the divine feminine hiding in the light. It's the definition of toxic matriarchy, whereas the masculine hides in the dark, which surfaces mainly in the winter when, for example, a man might show up to work as this, really nice guy and say and do all the right things, and then you go home and he'll be watching porn. That's that, in the dark, behind closed doors. That's how the masculine works. And so, because we're in this solstice energy and behind closed door, Hazel's been having difficulty trying to find an expression of the truth of who she is by coming out in the light, moving through that fear. And because for me it's easier to be in the light more naturally, I'm helping Hazel by, we're doing a question time here. I'm going to help interview question Hazel to help elevate her through this, and you'll be able to see how my magic works and how it helps Hazel elevate. Over to you.
Hello, everybody. So it's really challenging sometimes, and so I am trying to be raw with you when there is a trigger, when there is something challenging to work through. Sometimes we're going to bring this live and see how we can deliver this, so you can see, how we can get breakthroughs, right? So what I have been struggling with, and actually just sitting here realizing that in your other video you spoke about how we've died and how we're remaking ourselves and remodeling and resurrecting ourselves, so essentially, from this death process. And one of the challenging things is becoming the new version of myself, because there's parts of me that I carry from my past life, which are gold, but there's a lot of me, a lot of my ego and trauma and all of that that's not there anymore, but I'm completely new. And sometimes I'm trying to bring old parts of me forward when I'm expressing my voice, and that I'm finding challenging.
Yeah.
And particularly also as a performer, I am trying to shed the put on a mask and show up in front of camera thing. So here we are, just raw and authentic, and I can seem to do it more easily on my own channel than I can sitting here as well. So
Because I can see you, and you find that difficult because I'm going to love you really hard. The thing is, my magic is focused around joy and laughter, and the toxic matriarchy is very serious. Very serious. We like to go very deep and take things seriously. We have to feel all the grief and the misery.
Yeah, but also, can I say, it's not the toxic matriarchy. Isn't that? It's the feeling.
Triggered.
There's light through the grief. There's light through the betrayal. And there comes a time when that stops because you're dead in that, and then you have to come into life. I get that.
Hold on. You forget I'm trying to help you. I'm not your enemy. Remember, we spoke about this in the last video.
Yeah.
Listen to the words of love.
Okay.
I'm making fun out of it, right? And you got triggered and you interrupted me.
I take it so seriously.
You're interrupting again.
Yeah.
Right. This is the exposure of the feminine, and this is where it can get really funny, you see? Right? If you don't take yourself seriously, you can laugh your way through this and get an ego death, okay? So, Hazel, wait, first, I'll just explain it to you and they can listen, right?
Okay.
Because of the level of work that I've done on myself, and because we've done this together, and because we're living in divine union, I can feel the slightest change in your vibration when it goes into fear. And so in the last video, when I shared about our death, it triggered your atheism, your non-belief in yourself.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, I know I'm right. Because I feel everything and I'm extremely accurate.
Oh
And
my
so when you
God.
contest me, I'm like, ah, she's not listening. Because I'm
Oh
actually
my
trying to
God.
help you.
Yeah,
And do you
I
know what's
know.
happening now that you're receiving my voice?
What?
The stone is activated.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
I'm even more divine now. We welcome the divine unicorn of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Remember, we're talking about light, but when I spoke about the dark, you were like, excuse me, that's not right.
And while we're talking, I'm having visions of the of the graveyard over there.
No way. Well,
Yeah.
they can get out.
Yeah.
Barrier,
Yeah.
barrier, they're not allowed in here. Guys, you sort them out. Thank you very much.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
we live
think,
near a
can I just say
graveyard.
some? Oh yeah.
We live near a graveyard, and sometimes they come to visit on the lower energies, and we're not having any of that.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah. So what I wanted to say was that you talk about like getting attached to this suffering and death and everything. I mean, in a funny kind of way, if I can try and bring some light into it, is that my life purpose is to my life purpose. If you're, you know, if you're into the gene keys or is number 22, which is
Yeah, because everybody's read the Gene Keys. Yeah.
so it well,
The divine feminine, yes.
yeah, and
I'm like the divine feminine.
you have to go
Right?
into the deep to get the
You've got
light.
to go into the deep first. You can't be joyful. First, you've got to go down into the deep. How come Katie, who hasn't been into the deep, is extremely joyful?
Have you? Well, our beautiful friend.
Is very joyful.
It's. I think it's. She is very joyful. I won't talk too much about her. We'll just
Let's
say
just speak
she.
truth.
She's done a lot of profound work as well. She's incredible.
Yes, but you
Yeah.
you mirror each other.
She's very funny.
Right. Thank you. This is where I'm going, okay?
I'd have lost my humour.
No, you haven't lost it. You're
Oh,
just refusing to show it. You haven't lost everything. You regained everything.
I don't know how to show it.
You do know.
I'm gonna have to find.
I don't know means I'm ignoring it. It comes from the spirit animal wisdom of the stag. What do you call a deer with no eyes? I've no idea. But insert laughter.
Oh
Right.
my
So,
god!
what are you afraid of, Hazel Evans?
I don't know, but I need to do a soul retrieval on it.
I don't know again. There we go. Right. Okay. We're going to do this a different way, and I'm going to show you. Okay.
Okay.
Hazel,
Yeah.
close your eyes. Soul question. What are you afraid of, darling?
Dying in the light.
Ah, there we go. Right. So this is the current theme of exposure, dying in the light, dying through joy. Why are you afraid of dying in the light, Hazel Evans?
Um, because everybody who I knew before only really knows me in the constant struggle of life and all the turmoil that comes with that. And if I'm to show up carefree and joyful, then there's going to be.
People will notice.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I know exactly what this is. I
Mm,
know what this is because I had this as well. Right.
mm.
And I broke it by showing up, showing my true voice. So, Hazel Evans, what's your true voice?
Oh my god.
Right.
Right.
Right, man. Right. So we're trying all these different voices that we channel through
Mm.
our different parts of ourselves to help Hazel lose control. Because if she stays in one state for too long, she becomes a bit stagnant. And you can tell when it's true because she laughs.
You're just doing a full-on exposure here.
Yeah, self-exposure as well.
Yeah.
I have to keep on moving like
Okay.
a shark.
Mm.
Doo-doo, doo-doo.
Okay.
Right,
Well, I welcome my humour back.
great.
I don't know when it's going to come through, but we'll give it a go. I made you laugh.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay. Okay.
I can't force it. I can't try to be funny. But what I'm saying is, I'm on a journey to welcome back my light, and this fear of dying in the light is pretty profound. There I go, taking us down again. Sorry, over to you.
No, over to you. Go on. If you want to take us down,
No, I
tell
don't.
everyone how you are taking us down.
No, I don't want to
No.
take us
Okay.
down.
You're taking us up then.
Yeah,
All right. How are you going to take us up?
I'm going to hand over to you.
No. 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 No.
No, I think I've got a Dorset country accent coming along there. I don't know why. Um, I still have quite some trauma around expressing my humour, and I need to get rid of that from a past life, because whenever I was funny, I was humiliated or made wrong for it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm finding it difficult to come into the light. I was abused for being funny, essentially, because I attracted too much attention. So I know that that's from my past life. So I I need healing there.
All right. Close your eyes. Picture your audience that we're sitting in front of now, and what are they doing?
Waiting for me to talk.
Right. What do you think they want to hear?
The truth.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And what do they want to hear the truth about?
The truth of love.
And what is the truth of love?
The transformation of humanity
Go on.
in this lifetime through the vortex and portals of love, and the divine nature of that, and how wild. I'm seeing a whirlwind. I'm seeing a hurricane vortex. Okay, so it's a bit like Dorothy in a way. This has been coming up a lot recently.
Came up for me today.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, the Tin Man and Dorothy.
So there is something about just going on a wild ride and being joyful and adventurous about it. So,
What,
and
okay. And what's been wild about our ride?
you're kidding me?
Well, you don't talk about it, so I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
What are you afraid to say that's so wild about our psychedelic journey?
Um,
Um,
one of the things that I struggle with
hmm,
is believing in the amount of love that you are.
I didn't expect to hear that one.
Mm, yeah, I'm still letting it land in my body um, how much love you are, and how much love you just keep showing. And there's part of me which is like, I can't believe I've been through all that lifetime story, and now I'm living this reality. I do struggle to believe in it, even though I'm living it.
Atheism.
Yeah,
Yeah, dogma.
I really, and I guess maybe that's holding my joy back, because I really want to celebrate you and us. But I have judgments on it, like, how can someone like me, who's been through 2 narcissistic abusive marriages and bullied by friends and all this shit that I've been through, how can I be sitting here on a couch and talking about divine union? Well, I know we're living it, and it's that in itself is freaking wild. That knocks me over every day, like wake up call, that I'm actually living the path of that. So that's what touches me. And it's not ha ha hilarious funny, but it is glorious light. It's like such a profound light of the heart. Yeah. Your light of love is never known anything like it. Yeah. So that's a version of my light.
Right. That's beautiful, and that's really along the lines of you showing up. While you were talking, I was connecting with the audience, and your wound is the same wound as everyone. It's that wound of self-worth, that wound of self-doubt, of like, how can I say that I deserve this? This kind of imposter syndrome, right?
Mm.
And it's this unrequited love of dogma. And what dogma does is it teaches us that our divinity is, that we're not worthy for our divinity, that it's outside of us, that it's in the sky or wherever it is, and that we're not worthy for it, and that we need to pray to it outside of us, when it's actually all of it, every single bit of it is inside us. And so if we're constantly preaching and telling everyone where love is when it's actually inside, then we end up searching for something like a dangling carrot, searching for that silver bullet, and we never reach the stage of healing. We end up with unrequited love.
Mm.
And this is what happens in relationships. It fuels separation, where the other person is looking for love in the other, and that's codependency. But what we've been working through is interdependence, where we're in love because we're in divine union. Like, I feel her pain and she feels my pain, and but to also be independent, that we can get on with our own day without being codependent on each other. And we've been on such a journey with that, such an incredibly difficult journey and a beautiful journey. And the the way you're talking right now is exactly the kind of bravery that I would expect from you,
Mm.
that you haven't been showing for quite some time
Mm.
because of this hijack,
Mm.
hidden in the light. Yeah, this is the bravery that I've been trying to bring out of you. And because you've been tuning into that old vibration of what a man sounds like, his reputation, and not my vibration, you have believed that I've been pushing you, controlling you, and forcing you to do something that you don't want to do. But when we met, you did it anyway. You did it off your own back because you enjoyed it. And somewhere along the line, you got attacked, you got sabotaged, right? By your ego, by someone else's ego, whatever. And you retracted so deeply into yourself that you traumatized yourself.
Mm.
And I helped resurrect you,
Mm.
right, through some profound magic, which we won't say online
Mm-hmm.
because it would just blow people's minds.
And it's
Because
sacred.
it blew my own mind, and it's sacred, yeah. But I brought you back to life on more than
Mm.
one occasion,
Yeah.
right, with my love.
Mm.
And yet there's still a part of you that's afraid to trust in me because you're still looking outside.
Mm.
So if you're looking outside for your belief, you're not going to find it. And I know how this sounds, and so I'm gonna bring it into a tighter, more accurate vibration so that you understand. Okay.
Mm.
To find your belief, you have to say what you desire from your heart. And you just did it,
Mm.
but you wobbled a little bit.
Mm.
You wobbled a little, a tiny
Mm.
bit, but you had me. It's like
Mm.
that Jerry Maguire, you had me at hello. And on that note, please, we really welcome your donations. Show me the money. We are making a foundation and we are going to change the world. We can't do it on our own. This is just a quick interjection. We'll come back to it, don't worry. And we can't do it on our own. We really need your donations, and we are going to make it worth it for you. We are creating a membership. We've got a membership on YouTube. Please join that to support us. But we're also creating a Patreon. We're going to give you so much value for your money. Sponsored by Prophecy Walkers, a Prophecy Walkers production by Hazel Lasser. Thank you. Right, where were we?
um,
How do you feel now?
I feel lighter, actually.
Hazel Evans, how do you feel? She looks lighter, doesn't she, everyone? She looks a lot happier.
I must admit, everybody, I feel a little bit a bit lighter.
Right, okay, keep going. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
hold back.
See, this is authentic.
Go on,
See, I
yes.
needed to shed that heaviness.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get. If I was taking this down, it's because I needed to shed that heaviness. I needed to get that deep heart expression out, because otherwise my light would have been fake.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. That's it. That's precisely it. You're trying to express your own authenticity. You do that all the time, but you find it difficult on camera because you're afraid of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it's your own judgment. Remember that everything is mirrored back to you, so that's the judgment. So,
and this is super vulnerable, because I know that I show up well. I know that I'm professional. It's just, I really want to take it to the next level. I really want to be fully authentic, on camera, off camera. And I think this is one of the most profound things about you and I, which is what blows me away, and which is what I said that I have trouble believing in, is that we are authentic on camera and off camera. That there's no hiding, there's no separation between what we show outside as we show inside.
I can't live an inauthentic life.
Mm.
I can't say I ever have, actually. It's one of the gifts that I never left behind, is being authentic. Like, I was so authentic that if I was going to be a dick, I was going to be full on a dick in front of everyone, so that everyone would know I was being a dick. That's how authentic I was. I wouldn't hide being a dick. I'm like, yeah, I'm like this at home as well. That's why when I turned up on your door, I was like, yeah, I'm a narcissist.
And I was like, this man knows something. He's going to be my best friend.
Right? Yeah. So I can teach authenticity, and it's to not give a duck.
Yeah.
In a healthy way, and in a from a place of integrity. It's like you don't give a hoots about egoic judgments. Don't give a hoot about the ego. Don't give a hoot about fear, but really bring the solace of love into my heart, and express my pain, my gratitude, my pride, and my joy for what love means for me into my life and into our relationship. And I think what people find most difficult, and I'm tuning into what people want to hear here. I'm finding the core of our prophecy walk, is what we're doing here, is how do man and women meet like this, where you and I are constantly leaning into each other, and when we're not, we know there's an issue of separation, and we go, okay, what is causing the separation? Because we're always trying to come closer and closer together. Even when we're trying to get apart from each other, we know it's an illusion, and so we're always trying to love each other more. And I said this when I first met Hazel. I said, you're probably going to freak out, because most people who have ever been in my life have freaked out, is that the longer I know you, the more I'm going to love you. And everyone else does it the opposite way. They get, oh, you're annoying. Oh, I'm bored of you. Oh, I need to spend time with someone else. Oh, you're always hanging around me. You've said that to me a few times. It's like, leave me alone. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. You know how like cats follow you around because they just want to be near you? That's me. That's me with love. I follow love everywhere. And Hazel's big love.
God, you're adorable.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, actually, yeah. I was just going to say that that's a really amazing, valid point. Is that if you get on board with us, like some people are, some new people who have started working with us are quite astounded at the quantum leaps that they make, because You come on board. You come on board and we don't leave you. Like, you become our friends. That's what this is about. This is what you just said. It's like, come on board, and let's see how far we can all
Yeah,
journey into the vibration of love,
I know, but we can't ask people to come on board to something they don't know they're coming on board to.
Oh, right, yeah.
I
Well,
said
it's
this.
coming on board to their own vibration of love.
Okay, so let's put it that way, right?
Yeah.
So what we're offering you is divine love for the whole planet.
That's so true. It's so beautiful. It's so big what you just said. That's hilarious.
Okay, so whether it's big or small is irrelevant, right? That's what we're offering, and we're offering it for everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
and we're not joking,
Mm.
but we are really funny.
Well, I'm trying to be funny.
I could hear a pin drop then,
Yeah.
right? Because you were waiting for something, weren't you? I was as well. Do you know what it is?
What?
Laughter.
Oh. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. Gosh. Talk. OMG. Right. Okay. So we're still going to have to get to this level of joy that is scary. Okay. Right. Dying in the light and is dying in the dark. Okay.
Mm.
Dying in the light has to happen through really high amounts of joy. Like, woo! Yeah. Did you see she jumped then? Right. She's still scared of that level of joy. Right. But I've seen her do it. I've seen her do it. I've seen her do it. Right. Seen her do it. Anyway, we're offering you divine love, and we're offering you, um, honestly, I can guide. I could guide. I could guide a dead person back to life. That's how great a guide I am, and I've done it for you, and I've done it for myself. Brought ourselves back to life, and it's about ego death, not physical death, right? So we scrub out suicide, and it's not about insanity and losing your mind and going crazy. We rub that out. It's about divine ecstasy. It's about losing your mind because you're supposed to be in your heart. You're supposed to be living from your soul and your divine purpose. We're not going to talk about your breakdown because we speak about that a lot. But you lost your mind,
Mm.
okay? And sometimes you say to me, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm like, you already did that like 4 years ago, Hazel. Get over it. Because she has this atheistic judgment
Mm.
that she needs a mind. Otherwise, she won't fit into society because we are judged on how intellectual we are. Do you believe in science, Hazel? Do you believe in religion?
No.
No. Do you have anything to say? Or have you lost your voice again? Am I being too much love
Don't
for
get me
you,
started on.
Hazel?
Don't get me started on science and religion. I mean, they're both the same thing. Polarity. Boom.
Well, if you have judgment, certainly
Against
don't
the
talk
middle.
about it. But why don't you speak to it like from a place of grace? What's true science? Close your eyes. It seems you do better when you're feeling your
Hmm.
heart. Okay, so close your
Yeah.
eyes. Are they closed?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the truth of science, Hazel?
It's an illusion of authority.
No, what's the truth of science?
Um,
What's
Investigation.
true science?
Investigation.
Okay. Sole question. What are you afraid of right now?
Being judged by authoritarian energies.
Censorship.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. So you know how to deal with this. Do you need help?
Um, well, I just have to say exactly what I want to say.
Go ahead.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay. So you don't know how to do this on your own. Okay. So close your eyes again. We're going to help you.
Because
So everyone, this is what dark distortion energy hijack looks like. It takes the energy of someone, takes their voice away, and this is coming through authoritarian, as you say. So you're incredible at destroying your ego. You know how to kill yourself, right? You know how to kill your ego, right? So what is the truth of your fear mirrored in love?
Okay. Well, it's attached to the disapproval of my family.
Yeah, obviously, yeah,
Mm,
because your atheistic upbringing,
mm,
which is linked to science. Science is very well, it's all about atheism.
mm. And therefore, it's just being free to be me, being free to be fully me. That's all it is. Wild, expressive, artistic, psychic, feeling, whatever it is that I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being me.
Okay. Be you.
Yeah, I am. I feel at peace with that.
Okay. Do you have anything to say, or should we
Should we
call it
wrap it?
there?
I think we'll wrap it up there.
You sure? Because you
Yeah.
haven't said much. You've just been laughing the whole time.
You've been funny. You've been funny. Thank you. It's been amazing to.
I'm not letting you get out of this one. We're not going to finish now. Okay. You
Thanks.
said you were afraid to speak because of authoritarian energy. So what did you want to say? Because you were talking about the truth of love earlier, and it had everyone on the edge of their seat.
Right.
Right. Right.
Right. Um, so what I was saying earlier was, and I suppose this is coming out of atheism as well, it's like it's stepping out of atheism and it's stepping out of science, because atheism and science, in a way, because it's been distorted through the misuse of authority around that, it stops you from believing in yourself. And so this is linked back to what I was saying earlier about believing in the amount of love that I live with you. And this is what this conversation is about. Me exposing the amount of, like, it's almost like the disbelief in the amount of love that it is possible to live. And that is the true core belief in myself, the true core belief that I am this amount of love, because I've always been this amount of love. But I've spent 40 plus years struggling to be heard and listened to or valued for being this much love. And now I'm on the precipice and I'm into the mastery place of time of my life. I've gone through all these trials and tribulations, and I'm sitting on this precipice of, I want to say I'm safe to be loved now. I'm safe to be loved. And I come out of that whole journey with you by my side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I find unbelievable, you know? But it's believable because I live it. And I want to release myself of the fears of judgments of anybody who I knew from my past life who might be jealous or have a judgment or that's not possible or whatever. It's like, no, I've been through hell to get to this.
Mm.
I've been through hell to get to you.
Yeah.
And we deserve each other.
Yeah.
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 And I think, like, I really feel like I'm sitting in a deep place, but I'm holding a lot of light when I'm
Yeah.
speaking this.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're deep or high, as long as you're experiencing love, Hazel.
I think what I'm scared of, it's almost like when I speak love, I'll kill people. It's almost like a
Isn't that why we're here?
much like that. Yeah, yeah.
We're killing people's egos,
Hmm.
right?
And
So it
um,
doesn't matter
and
whether
I
you're
think
sat
that's
in the
where I've
deep
been
or the high.
outcast before, you know.
Yeah, before the
Yeah,
past,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I see that you're you're still trying to use your trauma as how do I say, as something to talk about.
Mm,
But as I learned through my journey, I was trying to learn from the darkness what I needed to learn. But actually, I realized the darkness was preventing me, the distorted
mm,
darkness was preventing me from realizing that I already knew.
mm,
We already know everything, right? And so cut your past away from you,
mm,
right? and now you live the new life from here,
Yeah.
from this moment onwards.
You and me. I get to live love. That's so freaking incredible.
Yeah,
That's so incredible.
yeah, right. So now I want you to integrate this right now in the moment, okay? And I'm going to guide you how to do this, okay? Now that you know you live from now and you don't live from your past, you live from now because you are love and you have everything inside you. Now that you know that, you can say whatever you like without fear of judgment. You can't, there's no one to fear because you are
Yeah.
love.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
That's how I turn up.
yeah, yeah. Like this. Woo! Prophecy walkers! Join us on the love train! Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's being proud of who we are, how far we've come, our wild ride, our journey, and now we're sharing it. And I get to do that with you. Just like, I can't believe it. Like, I get to do that with you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
So now I think you understand what Prophecy Walkers is about.
I can feel it.
Right. Can you feel that it's a completely different vibration to what you've been working with?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the best way I can describe it is that it's Christ consciousness.
Together.
Yeah. And the problem with working in the past is it was mixed with Antichrist consciousness. Okay. And so we're not operating in that. We're operating in pure love consciousness, Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like when I sat on the beach that time and I tapped into it, you realize that anything is possible in Christ consciousness. You can read, feel, see, hear, be anything, anywhere. Right.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
You're incredible.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's not just about me.
Mm.
And this is what I suppose you could say I'm coaching you right now and guiding you
Mm.
to come into your own power.
Yeah.
So that we can deliver our divine destiny, our divine purpose, right? And the difficulty hasn't been about so much about belief, but it's more like you accepting that you can have a joyful, fun life
Yeah. Yes.
because you've had such a restricted, judged, controlled, enslaved life
Yeah.
in the past, which no longer is
Exists.
attached.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So So now you can function from a place of empowerment, which is what I've been talking about, right?
Mm.
When Dorothy becomes friends with the wizard instead of being carried away in a hot air balloon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Wicked Witch becomes the Green Woman. She gets purified with the waters of consciousness and the bitter woman dies, right? That's essentially the matriarchy, the toxic matriarchy. And the wizard is the anyway, irrelevant. I'm Now that you come into your own authority and your own empowerment and your own heart as feminine, divine, sacred, deep, whatever you want to call it, soulful feminine, you can pick up where we left off, which was you being really, like, how do I put into words how magnificent you are? Like, when we used to journey, you used to do giant things. You used to, crikey, I don't even have words for what you used to be able to do that you can do. Like the soul prophecy oracle, that needs to be forefront with you. You need to be holding it. It's a
Mm,
baby. It's our
mm.
baby, right? You need to be bringing that out to people to help them understand how profound it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And we need people's feedback as well.
yeah.
What do they want to hear from us? But what would you want to hear from us?
Well, right. What would I want to hear from us? More about how we did it. So sharing more of our story. This is what like little pieces of our story, like the day we did this, the day we did that,
Okay, let's
you
do
know.
one. Let's do one now. What comes up for you?
Well, because I'm talking about believing in dreams come true in terms of living love with you, I just remember the first time I saw you when I was living in the caravan on a friend's land, having my breakdown. And I saw you walking along with the owner of the land and their daughter, and I was in my pink dressing gown. And I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to open the door like this. I opened the door, and you were standing there, and you were nice, and you were different. I remember being excited to meet you. I was a bit anxious as well because you were like a new man, and obviously I was going through a lot of abuse with, my ex at the time, and you were completely different. Even then, I recognized you had a completely different vibration. Like you, you weren't trying to control the conversation. You weren't trying to control me. You didn't want anything from me. And normally, I could sense immediately some kind of illusion around people, men. And you didn't have any of that. And I remember shutting the door, and I stopped. I closed the door and I stood behind the door for a moment, and I was like a bit confused actually because I'd never witnessed that vibration before. And now I recognize that you were the new man coming into my life that I had actually asked for a couple of weeks previous to that. The lion-hearted man, the true lion-hearted man. And there you were showing up on my doorstep, and I was in my pink fluffy dressing gown. This actually happened.
Yeah.
and and this, in a way, it actually really helps talking about our story, like little snippets of our story like this, because it helps me believe our story and how beautiful our story is and how we met. And that was the first impression I had of you, was a completely different vibration to any other encounter with a man ever. And I
Mm.
think when I feel back into it, it's because, well, it's because there was that, it was just really pure. That it's been very, very pure since the beginning, because we hold the same frequencies, just because we're true twin flames, soul partners. And so in a way, I suppose I can say that you helped me remember a piece of myself right from the moment we met.
Yeah. I just I just wanted to be a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's why we always say that if you're looking for your partner, stop looking. You will never find them through desire. You will
Yeah.
all of a sudden find them through friendship, and it will pop out of nowhere, and all of a sudden,
The thing is with my energy, right? And this has been shown to me various times in my dreams where a lion has been chasing after me. I'm like, fuck! Start running like this, and the lion. And it happened to me recently, and I realized, oh, it's me. So I turned around, this lion jumped at me, and it was like, like how cats rub themselves in it. But because it's a lion, you're programmed to be afraid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Energy interruption there.
Sorry. Sorry.
Gentleness, right? So
Mm.
I found that when I arrived there, I wanted to be everyone's friend, like the lion. The lion's always by your side, and people were doing that thing again where they were like, "Yeah, go away. Actually, you're terrifying." Because I just wanted to love everyone, and I remember it took a few goes for you to accept me, that I just wanted to come round and chat with you, and you were like, "I'm busy today. I've got drawing. What about tomorrow? Maybe." Then you made me really posh tea and shredded carrots and beetroot. And I was like, sold, friends forever. And we just
Yeah.
started riffing. And I remember
Yeah.
when I left, we continued over Zoom, didn't we?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember I was working a contract job at the time, and I was just putting myself in fake meetings and just getting on the phone with you, speaking with you 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
and that was fun.
Devotion.
Yeah, we did so much healing in such a short amount of time. Anyway, I think we'll
Mm.
wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Let love be your guide.
Let love be the answer to your woes.
Enjoy the wild ride. See you next time.
Yeah, ciao for now. Bye bye.